Welcome to another episode of Weird and Wonderful. We are in our third episode now, and today's theme of our episode is education and learning. So let's just jump right ahead with the first question with Tamam and team. What was the most memorable lesson or subject you learned in school, and why has it stayed with you?
I think something exciting was history. I loved listening to history, and when I first started learning history in school, I really enjoyed it. It took me back to the past, I think, where how people lived, how people were growing up then, and especially the cave drawings and all that excited me. I thought how that's how people used to live, like people used to draw things, and now when I see it, even now with the emojis and all that, it looks like the past of the history is there. I mean, it's something coming back. I don't know. It's the past coming to the present.
You just like hearing stories from
Yeah.
the teachers. You just like practically you just like listening to stories and all.
Yes, I loved history so much so that when I found any books regarding history, especially like World War One and all that, we were not here. Like it's so sad and all that. You see, it's like so many people dying and all that. I don't know why people started the wars, in fact, but it's something to think of, and even now, like history is like repeating. People are fighting all over. People are dying, but still looks like we never learn.
Well, why don't you think we haven't learned from all these wars, those kind of chaos that men have created? Why?
Like even now, you see, even they see the past. Like so many people have died, but still the wars goes on, and everyone is fighting against each other. Like everyone is, you know, like there's no peace. Like there's no like world peace on like on a world stage. Like there's always something going on somewhere.
Okay. How about can you recall a teacher who significantly impacted your life, and what quality did they have? Quality did they possess that they have such a lasting impression on you?
The teacher I cannot forget was and still is Miss Lim. I don't know her first name, but we call her Miss Lim.
What subject she taught you?
She taught when I was in school, most of the teachers, they taught most of the subjects. Like she was the classroom, like homeroom teacher, the classroom teacher. And she was wonderful, she was kind, she was loving. And I learned a lot of things from her. Like sometimes when they say the teacher is lenient, children don't learn. But with her, I learned a lot of things because she was very kind. And for me, that's the first time going to school. Like in my time, we didn't have kindergarten and all that. Like we didn't have like a thing to where you go and learn everything before you go to school. That's where we learned. We went to school in standard 1 and we learned everything there. And she guided us in a very, very nice, loving way. And for someone who didn't know anything much, I practically learned everything from her. That's something which I cannot forget.
Okay, can you describe the type of education environment you grew up in? Was it like rural? Was it like urban? Was it public? Was it private? Like I come from a school where it was all public, government school. Like you were in an estate, and how was your type of school when you were growing up?
I was in the estate, but my father didn't send me to the estate school. He said, we send you to the urban school. And I went to a convent school. It's St. Anne's Convent in Kulim. It was quite far from the estate, you could see, like quite far. And it was an all-girls school. And even the teachers during that time were all ladies. There was no males there. The only male we had in school when we were in secondary school, we had a teacher teaching Bahasa Malaysia, and he was the only male there. Other than that, there were no males in the school. Everything was run by the sisters.
Okay, so do you think that specific environment shaped your learning habits into a better thing, or can you identify like pivotal moment that had and lasting impact Like, was
No.
that a good environment? Would you had changed environment?
Yeah, definitely, yes, because the environment was very strict. It was a very strict environment. The teachers were very strict, and I think I learned more from my friends and through books then. Standard one, yes, like we had. The teachers were guiding us and all that. But lucky for me, I had a very good teacher because I still remember some of the teachers were very, very strict. And I know some people, some of my colleagues who didn't learn anything.
Okay, like what they were strict as in like what would they have
Oh,
done?
they'll shout and scream, and I think that one made the fear in them. I know the person who didn't learn anything, and after Form 3, she dropped out. She said, I don't want to go to school again. And I know many friends who have dropped out also. They didn't want to go to school because of the fear.
Speaking about teachers, strict teachers, I remember when I was in standard 2, I think standard 2, I was 8 years old. My English teacher but practically I didn't do one homework, I think. At 8 years old, we didn't see the need or they didn't see the importance of doing homework. So like nobody taught me, nobody showed me. So when I never do my homework, and also when we came to class to submit the homework to pass to give the teacher showed a blank book. She did to me, speaking of the fear, so what she did to me, she brought me in front of the school, in front of the class. In class, started shouting at me. And she didn't she shouted until she screamed. And then she just took my book and just threw it out the class. So that was going on for about 3-4 years. Like, I thought it was normal. Until I went.
Definitely it's not normal.
Yeah, until I went to like Form 1, Form 2, like that. Then I realized this teacher actually had a problem. Like she was like just releasing all the anger, whatever she had at home, into her students. I never seen anything. Why would a teacher takes a book and just throw it out away?
That's why, even from my time to your time, I feel that nothing has changed much, isn't it? Like, we are so scared. The teachers make that fear, create a fear so much so that sometimes I don't remember you coming and telling us about that. Because, I will definitely come to school to find out why you threw the book.
But I don't understand. But if Pon Jayanti, if you're listening to this podcast, take note, please. Whatever you did was really wrong. Traumatized me. It's legit. But 3-4 books were just flying out of the classroom. I didn't understand why. She didn't even tell me why. She just told you never do homework, that you just stay outside class. Then if you don't teach me, you don't show me why, I don't understand why would I be in that situation also.
Yeah, that's the thing. They put that fear in it. But I don't understand why some parents just like a fierce teacher also. I know fierce works sometimes. But nowadays with children, you can't be like that. You got to integrate and see how the child works, how the mind thinks and all that. But for me, my standard 1 teacher created an environment where I could learn. And it made me learn. I wanted to go to school. It did that. But when I see the other teachers, I was so lucky I was not in the class. I was happy that I was not in that strict teachers class. Because I don't think so I would have learned anything.
Okay, so how has that, with the whole education background or what you have grown up to, how has it influenced your current worldwide or attitude towards social and cultural issues?
But I think it never...
You developed your own self.
Yes, it
you never learned anything from school.
Yeah, I never developed. I only learned from the books. Everything is from the books. Even now, like when you all went to school, it's always like reading, looking at your books, memorizing and all. For me, it's like I've learned more now than I did before, after school. In school, I didn't learn anything much except for making sure I get through the exams and all that. Like passing, everything. It was you have to go on memorizing. And I still remember there was one teacher who will just come into the class and ask you the timetable. If you don't say the timetable, that's it, you're finished. Either you stand outside the class or you'll be in front of the class or on the chair. So how you think you'll feel? I don't know whether it has happened to you or not.
Yeah, it's happened to me so many times. The tuition, not even school. It's from the tuitions, from the school. And I still don't understand why have the tuition teachers have the rights to actually beat or punish the student. I understand school, but tuition teacher has no right. Tuition teacher is just simply to educate the child. Simply just to show the child, guide the child. But why has he the right to actually beat or or punish the children.
Maybe because the parents give the permission. Because sometimes parents will go and tell the teacher to make sure the child learn.
Today we'll find out. Did you actually give permission to the
No,
tuition
I
teacher?
didn't.
to beat me?
I never say anything to the teacher. Because I remember you all went for tuition. I don't know. There's another ball game altogether.
But yeah, like I don't understand why. Even if the parents don't give, I don't understand why they have all the rights to actually punish the children. They think they have authority just because someone is paying them money, but I don't understand why. You are supposed to guide. You're supposed to show.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't guide.
They take the authority figures to become the teacher instead. They disregard everything what the school teachers say, and they become the teachers. And they take credibility. They take achievement for everything what they want.
If you do very well, they say this boy was in my class.
Yeah.
And sometimes
They put like a big photo of on their tuition, like A+1 the student get. Have you seen that some
I've
tuition
seen.
big, like everyone, like the student got 9A1, 9A1.
I've
They
seen
take so much credit
in
for that.
Gasing, in the Jalan Gasing, there they have a lot of tuition centers. They have there.
I don't understand why you should actually post. That's your job to do. You are not supposed to post that. That's your job. You're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to promote that this student get A1. That you are supposed to do that. You're not supposed
That's
to take
a
credit.
way of advertisement.
Advertisement lah. Yeah. Okay, let's move past it. We'll have a lot of talk through about it as well. Okay, let's go more than school, like co-curricular activities. I know we had a lot of co-curricular activities. What role did extracurricular activities like club sports and all play in your overall education experience?
Oh, I love the co-curricular activities. Like initially when we were in school, I look forward when we had to stay back for co-curricular activities like stay back and have fun with my friends. Then we used to play hockey.
What
volleyball.
clubs were you in?
There were not much clubs then, very few. But normally, like we have hockey, volleyball, and there was a young Christian society. I was also in the young Christian society. I don't know what we did, but we used to have a lot of fun talk. We used to learn how to take minutes and all that.
I remember my favorite thing in school was co-curricular activities. I was involved in a lot of sports.
Me.
Yeah, I was involved in a lot of. I was in scouts, pengangkap since I was standard 2 until I was form 5. Because all my brothers all were in scouts, and so we had a uniform, and then we just passed it on to the next one, and we just became scouts. And then we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of marching, and then sports. Sports was like, I remember I was really fair until sports came into my life. I got sunburned so bad. Like I was representing school, representing KL for volleyball at a certain time, and then
that one we don't have to go into.
Yeah, then we then after I got
no, but you didn't listen. But for me, sports was the high point of my life. When I was in standard 6, I represented the school. We went 4 times 100 and long jump, and we got first gold medal. We got gold medal. Whole of Kulim, we were the first. I think if we had had somebody to guide and all that, I would have been really good. But and then after that, they sent us to Alostar to compete against the whole of Kedah, everyone. We went there, we got a shock of our lives. We were running without shoes. And in the track, it was on a track, and it was hot. How can we run? When we ran, it was so hot.
Was the other competitor all wearing shoes and all?
Yeah, some of them were wearing the children from Alostar, from schools in Alostar, they were wearing very good shoes and all that. And we had no shoes. We had to run without shoes because we were trained by not wearing shoes in schools because we were running on grass. When we went to Alostar and we saw, this is a bit too much for us, but we ran. And even long jump, even if they had guided, we don't know where I'll be now.
I think that's where I got my sports things from you lah.
Oh yes, I loved sports and I still remember in Sunday 6 they called all of us in front. They honored us. This is the group which the top best in Kulim. But we couldn't do it in Alostar.
So, do you believe in lifelong learning?
Oh yes. I think
what is lifelong learning?
For me, lifelong learning is continuous learning. Even now I'm learning. Every day we learn. Earlier on, Like we thought what you have learned is enough. We don't upgrade ourselves. Like how a computer upgrades, reboots.
Yeah.
Like I feel now we have to upgrade. Upgrade. If we learn every day. We learn. I learn from you. You learn from me. Like it's like a continuous process. But unfortunately, some of my colleagues they think they know everything. Like they say, oh no, I know this is it. We don't. I know what I'm doing. I'm right. But sometimes I feel we have to tell. Sometimes you're wrong also. Like sometimes last time I used to tell, no, I'll be very defensive, whether I'm right or I'm wrong. But now if I'm wrong, okay, I'm wrong.
Go take accountability of
Yes, of what I'm doing. But if it's learning I need to do, it's definitely lifelong learning. Every day you learn, and every day you keep yourself in check whether you've learned or not.
So how do you integrate continuous learning to your daily life? Can you share like some example or something valuable you learned outside of traditional education system?
Like for me, it's like read, and read. Like in school, we were not, we were only reading books. Like now, continuous learning, I learn through books. I listen to podcasts. Earlier on, like with the technology we have, we got everything in our hands. So it's so much easy to like upgrade ourselves, learn from others. It's a mistake. Yeah, why did we make a mistake? Find out the mistake, and I learned through that. But I even learned from the children I taught in school.
How?
Like children,
What have
like,
you learned
like
from children?
sometimes children will tell you, teacher, is this? They will tell you a method. I say, yes, that's correct. Also, like immediately we don't like shoot down and say, no, I'm right, you're wrong. I never do that. I will always accept what the child is telling me. Child is correct also in a way, because for the children, the technology is there for them at their hands. So they also learn a lot of things. I accept everyone who says, okay, we learn also. We learn from everyone.
So have you encountered a subject or a skill that initially felt insurmountable but that you eventually conquered?
Oh, that one is a tough question. But I think when I think back, it's being a mother.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Being a mother. And I've been a mother to 3 boys. It was, I never thought when I first had the first child, I didn't know how I was going to go about it. I was going through the books, how to go about it and this, that. And then it was later, it became hands-on. Like I enjoyed your growing up, I think, with everyone, especially with the boys. We grew up together. I felt in a way like that, like being a mother was tough.
So take us through step by step. So in the process of before being a mother, before you got to know of being a mother, how was your mental preparation? How was your mental health? What was going through your head right before you got to a mother?
Like it was, I was scared. I was scared. How am I going to bring up? How am I going to bring up this child? So definitely I thought. Then one thing was in my mind. Definitely I will do a lot of teaching, reading. Definitely this child, I'm going to make sure the child knows how to read.
Okay.
For me, that reading aspect is very important, because then I made sure that all of you all know how to read. The patience, the sacrifice, and I had so much of energy that time. Like
how old were you to them?
about 20 something,
Okay.
28 like that. And I made sure I taught this and that, and but I think I succeeded in a way.
Okay.
Like everyone knew how to read.
Yeah. That was the goal. Okay, then if that was your mental preparation, so now tell us when you got the child. Just now was planning. Was the planning say you were planning on? Okay, I got to get my child to read. Now, when you already have the child, what was your mental preparation? What was your thinking process during that time?
Like one thing I realized, I needed to have a lot of patience, because the boys were very, very active. Boys is Like I had they all like 4-4-4, and like 4 years in between, and it was.
Did you plan that?
No, I, I didn't plan, but it was it came like that. But I think it was just perfect age because and for me, like when the eldest child was 4, the other child was there. But when you came, Raghu found it a bit difficulty to adjust.
So in just be in context, Raghu is my second brother. So I'm the youngest. I have my elder brother, second brother, and me. Giving context a bit. Okay.
And but we managed to curb all of it in. It was like a very long journey, but it was very interesting. Like we had like a lot of reading, like especially when we take you to the like reading books and all that. They enjoyed it, but most of it, since they were boys, the best place was the playground. I found out that taking to the playground tires you most also. You get tired. So my thing was every day we'll be in the playground playing.
So that was your turning point on realization of
Yes.
just bringing them to the playground.
It's exploration. I realized when they explore, why keep the child at home? After you have lunch, we wait for like 5 o'clock. All 3 of us will go to the playground and they'll have a whale of a time, play and enjoy, and then we come back it'll be night when we come back. We'll walk and come, and they enjoyed it, and it was the exploration and how they enjoyed the life there.
So what was your support system?
My support system was the playground. Support system was the playground and the books. Like every night we'll have a story time. And I think that one was they were very interested in the books. And I used to even now we have the books which I read to you all. They enjoyed the books to the maximum. Like story time was everyone, okay, shall we have a story time? And night was story time. And it was like a night ritual. Without story time, nobody sleeps. They will just lie in bed, read. I think the curiosity, the exploration, everything made them happy. Everyone was happy to go to sleep.
Okay, so like this whole journey of overcoming a challenge, how has it influenced your general approach on life and learning? What have you learned eventually when it comes to this whole journey of having 3 kids, playground being the support system, reading books? What have you came out?
But I felt initially I was teaching y'all. I was guiding you. But now I'm learning from y'all. I think it's like payback time. like initially, like now I've learned a lot from all of you, the 3 of you. I've learned a lot, and I'm like, I'm waiting to learn more. I'll be happy to learn more, and it's like it's a new thing for me. Like I enjoy the time I spend with y'all, even now. Like I look forward to seeing y'all and talking with y'all. For me, it's like coming back and it's chill time with y'all.
Chill lepak time lah.
Chill lepak. When I come to your place, I lepak. I enjoy it. So,
okay, now we go back to your education time. Let's just compare from your education time and this time. Like, could you compare your school years with today's educational landscape in terms of technology? What was the latest tech when you used when you were in school? Like, let's just compare the resources of what we have today and what you had at that time.
the only thing we had at the time was pencil, pen, and our mind and the body. We didn't have anything much. Everything we had to copy from the board, you had to write, and there's no such thing as cut and paste and nothing. Everything is we had to use our hands-on. And sometimes I still remember they used to give us spelling and all that we had to learn. I don't know whether they still give spelling nowadays.
I don't know.
Even spelling on ejaan. Oh my God! If you don't get.
I remember my time we had that. Like during my time, computers were just introduced into. We had like ICT class. That the big computer we had, the Windows 97 that time. The computer just got introduced. That time they were teaching how to use like PowerPoint, those kind of stuff only. So like those were my time, and then now I'm pretty sure they have like Apple MacBook all
Yeah.
over in the computers,
Even
the lab there.
I mean, kindergarten children have phones now.
Yeah.
So I see babies swiping right and left. So, but our time is just the pen, pencil. I think we only were allowed access to the pen, writing in pen in standard 5, I think. Earlier on, it was only the pencil.
Mm.
We had to like make sure we use the pencil, and everyone will use the pencil until it is so small you can hardly hold it.
Yeah, that time y'all had like sharpeners.
Yeah.
And all. My time already had mechanical pencils.
Earlier we didn't have sharpener, we had blade.
You were like carving.
Yeah, we had to use the blade, and we had to really like make sure you use the pencil to the maximum.
How many pencils you all used to have?
We had one or two only. So
For
we had to
that
make
one
sure,
or two will last you all how long?
not very long, but we had to go back to our parents to ask to buy us the pencil and all that. It's quite difficult in that sense.
I remember like during my time. So you all had to beg. My time we were a bit rascals lah. We remember we used to have mechanic pencil. We used to play mechanic pencil and we used to bet mechanic pencil. So when mine spoiled, we used to go to a fan. We used to go bet. Whenever we play a game, whenever you lose, I'll take your mechanical pencils at one
So
point.
when you lose,
Yeah, when I lose, I got no mechanical pencils. Huh?
so I know you'll come back and ask.
I'll
me
come
to
back and
buy.
ask you to buy new one.
I know we were very very close with the stationery shop in Taman Desa.
Yeah, it was literally our neighbor there.
Yes.
So, like looking back, what life lessons did your educational journey teach you that goes beyond textbook and classroom? What did you learn other than the textbook and classroom? What kind of lessons did you
basically in schools, I think we learned everything from the books. Teachers were there to teaching us from the book only, and it was mostly memorization. I think. Like everything we had to memorize. I don't know about y'all. Did y'all memorize?
Yeah, so practically they always taught us to teach to learn, but essentially they all asked us to memorize the whole thing. Like everyone didn't understand. Everyone just memorized the whole thing.
That's something which I really don't agree. Like even when they ask you to like spell and memorize it, I don't agree to that sense. I mean, what does it give you to memorize formulas? Because I still remember like physics, all we had to remember. I didn't like physics because you had to memorize all the formulas, and chemistry. Then you have to memorize all those things, and then that's something. But I realize it's also how the teacher teaches you. If somebody is very interesting, we learn, and some teachers are not so interesting. They just throw the book at you and ask you to learn. We don't learn. So it's also the person who teaches you how interesting the person is.
Yeah, I agree with that because I remember I had like when I was Form 4, when we were learning accounts, I didn't learn any kind of accounting. Practically we took honeymoon years seriously lah.
It
We
was
didn't
really
learn.
honeymoon.
Yeah, we literally honeymoon years. So we didn't learn anything. The teacher also wasn't as good. Not to say as good. It didn't keep us entertained. It didn't keep us wanting to learn more. But when it came to Form 5, we realized like we were like a bit like, okay, shit, we need to actually learn because SPM is coming. And then there was one teacher that took us, she saw us, she's like, these guys are hopeful, like cannot, like we got a lot to learn. Then after she told, come to her house that she lives around that area. And then she taught us, and we are a group of friends, like about like 5 or 6. So the way she taught us was a bit weird. So to memorize the formulas and all, she taught us to memorize everything as bad words. And eventually all of us remembered. We all actually like, oh, okay, so that teacher understood what kind of students we are, and then
She made it like interesting for
interesting.
you.
So she told
That's what I meant.
Yeah, she told just this is memorized, and then eventually we actually until I took it that whole thing until university. Until university, I still remembered how she made it interesting for us.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when I say like we were asked to memorize timetable when we were young. Oh my God, I still remember all that we have to memorize. If we don't, we'll be in the we'll be outside the class. We don't memorize. So much so that many of the students who cannot memorize, what is going to happen to them? Like they were like practically, okay, I don't like school. I don't want to learn. I still remember after standard 6, many dropped out also.
So like I know a lot of people drop off for one particular reason. It's like a lot other than learning, other than learning and everything. Bullying is a topic where a lot of people tend to drop out of school or tend to get a lot of emotionally backlash from it. So bullying is a painful reality that many of us encountered while growing up. Can you share a moment where you either witnessed or experienced bullying?
In my time, there was no such thing as bullying. I think I never saw anyone bullying.
Like no one like mocked a person.
No, not really. Like all of us, no. But I want to point out that sometimes teachers are the ones who bully.
Yeah.
Teachers are the ones. I say I don't know whether you call it shaming or what, shaming or bullying. But sometimes when you don't do like you're not good in art, they will shame you by taking that art paper and pin it behind you, behind your back, and you go out with that paper outside during recess time. So everyone will look at your very good drawing. But now I wonder, instead of doing that, I feel for me it's a kind of bullying. People will lose interest in art. Like nobody likes to be like shamed like that. But I don't understand why the teachers do that. I don't know whether they still do it now. Whether they take I don't know where the teacher learned, but they'll take the paper and pin it behind. So we can see during recess time, many students walking with the paper at the back to show off. But to show how good they were at art and craft. I mean, it was art and craft, not any other subject.
Yeah.
So many people's interest in art and craft, I think, dropped
Because
to
of that.
zero level because of that. And we don't even like the teacher. Like when someone does that, how you feel?
Yeah.
Ah.
Like I remember I had this incident when again I was like 8 years old, and I was in primary school. I remember I fell down and hurt my head.
Yeah.
So I remember it was after school. I was waiting for my parents, and then I was playing. A normal kid would play. I fell down, and I cracked my head at the back here. So it became like a big wound there.
Oh, yes.
And then I went to they took me to the hospital, and I had like 8 stitches behind there. So I was hospitalized for a while, like a week like that. Small boys, like hospitalized like a week, and then after the next week I came to school. So they put like a big bandage here. I think they still haven't taken out the stitches.
stitches, they didn't take
I came to school, and then there's the same English teacher that threw the book away. She brought me again right in front of class and just showed. She turned me, faced my back to her. She told literally to class, if you play this, what will happen? So she was like shaming me lah. She was telling like, if you play this, what happened? You don't have to. You need to study. You need to do it. Now I was thinking like, at 8 years old, what do you want me to study? I'm doing what the kid's supposed to do.
That's the thing I'm telling. Like teachers, sometimes they don't even think when they do things like that, how it will affect the child and all that. Like it will affect the child definitely. You're shaming the child in front of everyone. Though I bet the whole school knew that you fell down.
Yeah,
and
the
like
whole
that.
school, like everyone, the whole school. So that became a bit like I didn't want to go out of my class after. I didn't want to go to recess after that. Obviously, I don't want people to look at me. I didn't want people to talk. So at that time, I didn't understand what was happening until like further on. I started thinking. And I was like, this is wrong. This is actually bullying in a sense. What the teacher want to feel superior than the student and all. They want to take control. They can't take control of their own life, so they have to take control of their own student.
But we can't say like that because some teachers are loving, kind.
Obviously, there are some teachers that are loving and kind, like I said earlier, and there are some teachers like that. They are.
I think there's
both world, yeah.
Hopefully, the loving and kind are more than the ones not.
Hopefully, lah. But the loving and kind are the best teachers because they actually like are all the as far as I remember, all the teachers did bad things for me. I remember that. But I also remember all the teachers that did good things for me also.
Yeah.
They have taught me like a lot, like my university life, the teachers, they understood what I was doing. They allowed me, they gave me a lot of room to explore, a lot of things to discover. They gave me an opportunity. They gave me a lot of opportunity to do those kind of things and all. Also. So okay, let's go move on to the more depth questions. Like how do you reconcile the dissonance between what you were taught and what were you learned through the real world experience?
Like, how do you?
Like hold on. Like you were taught to memorize everything. You didn't explore curiosity.
Oh, okay. Okay, can we start the question again?
Okay, like how do you reconcile the dissonance between you were taught and what you were learned through the real world
Is
experience?
that number 6?
The more depth one.
Mm-hmm.
I take the paper. You take the paper.
No, I can. No, like.
Okay, I'll ask the question
again.
Okay, how do you reconcile the dissonance between what you were taught and what were you learned through the real world experience? Can you give specific example?
Like we were taught to memorize. It was all memorization and reading from books. Like everything, they come into the class, they'll ask, open this page, then we start reading, and then memorizing, and then you have to memorize it. Then they ask you questions regarding what we have learned. That's all. And it was not. In fact, if you say things like that, I didn't learn anything much. It was like we were not allowed to talk. We cannot even tell the teacher that the teacher is wrong. Even if the teacher is wrong also, we can't say. I don't know why is that when teachers don't take criticism at any level. If you correct them, they get very angry. I've seen many teachers, even like when in our school, like they don't take to criticism. When a child corrects you, maybe you're wrong. Why you're so defensive? But they will they take it at face value. They don't like it to be corrected.
So in your 30 years of teaching, have you been like a student has corrected you, and what was your reaction towards that and all? Since you are a teacher, and let's go to
I
you.
still remember this child. I came and said, Miss Tama, we got 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. I said, we got 10 fingers. No. We got 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. He's correct in a way. He's correct. And I ended up laughing. I said, you're correct. I said, the boy must be big now. I still remember this. I said, and then he went like this. 2 thumbs. 8 fingers. Because we were talking about 10 fingers. But he's right in a way. I was thinking, hey, you're right too. Like for me, when I teach, it's always fun. We have fun together when we teach. So it's correct, I'm correct. Everyone is correct. But you have to take it at face value. If it's wrong, we can tell him it's wrong, but it can be in a different way.
Different perspective.
And talk to him. Okay, this is how you should tell and all that. But in our time, we were not allowed to explore or be curious about anything. Everything is from books. Like nobody taught us a lot of things. It's books. The curiosity thing was never there.
Okay, so in like what way do you think the education system fail or succeed in preparing you for complexity of adult life, such as moral dilemma, mental health, and social responsibility? Has that changed you, or did your experience in life taught you more than education system?
I think my experience in life taught me, not the education system. We never knew what was mental health then. But I still remember when we were in estate, there used to be a lady who had mental problem. And everyone will tell you she's gila. There's gila coming. And so there's a name attached to the mental problem is gila. Hey, so I never knew the word gila was then until I saw her. But we never knew what was wrong with her. Like nobody addressed the thing and told, something is wrong with her. Maybe they can send her for treatment. But that word gila just stuck there. Her name, the gila was in front of her name. So how do you think that's mental problem? But we never thought that as a mental problem. Even social problem, nobody talked about it. Everything was just normal. Later only we learn things through books, through friends, and seeing things as it is happening. But In school, nothing. Nobody talked about it. I still remember there was this girl in school. I think she was autistic. And this girl used to sit in, during recess, we never knew what was autism then. She used to just sit on the bench, and she won't talk to anyone. She won't have eye contact. And now I realize that. And we used to we like to go near her and talk to her. She won't respond. So sometimes we just left it like that. But I don't know, nobody did anything with her. She used to be just sitting there and on her own. That is, I think, maybe starting stage of autism. She has already had autism, but we didn't address it because we didn't know what was autism. Nobody talked about autism, anything. Maybe they thought she's mentally unsound.
Yeah, I remember, so speaking about Orang Gila, my primary school, we shared school with the special needs people, the PKBP people, and then they had their own classroom and we had our own classroom. Remember, we were sharing with that. And then until at one point, everyone started calling them Gila, Gila. Then I realized after a school, they weren't actually Gila. They just either in the spectrum or they were or they were the special needs children. So and then I grew up with them, so I looked at them as a normal human being also. So we give the same respect as how we give to my other friends also. I don't see the necessity to treat them very specially, although they are special also, because I feel they wouldn't want to be treated specially.
That way.
Yeah.
Because I had a few special children in my class when I was teaching. And they were normal, but sometimes the autistic children were very, very smart. I still remember one of the boys, for one whole year in my class, he didn't talk until the last day. He talked to me and asked me something. But I still keep in touch with him. The other day, the mother sent me a video of him singing a song. Oh, I was like, oh my God, what so much different. But the parents worked very hard towards sending him to schools and all that. Then there was another boy who was doing very, very well. He also was autistic. And recently the mother told him that he does coding and all that. So and in school, in class, I'll always tell the children, he's your friend. So you have to talk to him. So normally I'll put another child with him and we'll see whether he can talk. They were friendly with him. We don't isolate them and all that. I think children should be taught from an early age that treat everyone with respect, with honesty also.
Okay. So let's go to the next question, which is one of my favorite questions. Exams. Okay. As a teacher that has been teaching 30 years, do you think examination grading system is actually necessary?
In my time, it was all grades. All the good children will go to A class. The very good ones will go to A class, then B class, C class, D class. The not good ones will be in the D class. Can you imagine what will happen to the D class students?
Yeah.
And I feel everyone should be integrated, be together. So everyone learn from everyone. Because I remember there was one boy in my class who didn't know how to read very well. And there was this boy called, I can't remember his name now. He's a bit autistic, this boy, but he can read very, very well. So what I did was I put this autistic boy with this boy who couldn't read very well. This boy was teaching him how to read. And in the end, this boy ended up reading so well. So I feel grading, and also when you talk about grading system, what does all the A's do to you? Sometimes I wonder where are all the A students. I really wonder what happened to all the A students. Where are they? I still remember in school, all the good children will be together. All will be together, Sometimes I wonder what they're doing now. Maybe I want to do a research and find out where have all the A students gone. Where are they? Are they in the governments? Are they running the country? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a actually very good point. Actually,
but another thing, I think children are not allowed to explore. They're not allowed to find anything. Don't explore their curiosity. They're not curious. we don't allow them to be curious. Cannot ask questions and all that. We must allow children to ask questions, find out what is happening. Like Ken Robinson always says, the creativity is in the child. Is it that the child? But we are not letting children explore even the curiosity. We don't allow. Children cannot go out and play. Like I allowed you to go to the playground, do whatever you like. Sometimes they don't touch the sand. The sand is dirty. The sand is not dirty, but you can come home, wash it away. You cannot play in the mud. You cannot play with water. You play with water, you get sick. Why you cannot play with water? Sand play is not allowed also sometimes. But in kindergartens we allow sand play, but most of them they don't. But the curiosity is not there. I feel children should be curious, find things to do, not like only sit for read and get A's. Get A's for what? I sometimes I wonder why you're getting so many A's for what. I really want to know where all the A students.
I think we'll have to do one research about that and we get to find out about that. So language often serves a strong pillar to cultural identity. A lot of language and all. What language did you speak in your household, in school or in later life?
Like in school, we mostly talked English. In fact, everyone used to talk in English there. All of us talk English. And I had Tamil was spoken, but I feel everyone was speaking. As I said, I learned English in school. I came to school without speaking a word. I mean, I basic English and all that. I know my name is, how old I am and all that. But I learned English in school with my friends, I think. Talking with them and all that.
So I remember even for now, I only can understand a bit of Tamil. I can't speak Tamil. I've been speaking English for my whole life. Been going there. A lot of people have asked me like, why haven't you speak Tamil? I haven't spoken Tamil. Like, what for? I can speak English, what? Like, I mean, I converse English in almost everything. The way I do my job. My job doesn't require me to speak in Tamil. So it's a good thing to learn another language. But most of my things, I speak English.
But were you did you have any shortcomings when you didn't know Tamil?
So like in university, a lot of people they attempted to bully me on asking why I can't speak Tamil. You should know your mother tongue. You should know this. You don't know this. Only two languages I know is English and BM only. And I was like, what? You tell me a good reason why I should learn Tamil. Then I'll actually learn Tamil. They just told, no, you need to be proud of your Tamil. I am proud. I pray. I know my history in the Indian culture. I know everything. Why should I be in the language there to know that I'm proud? Should I know the language to be proud of Indian? Then they kept quiet. So until they gave me a good reason why, then I.
But now you do songs in Tamil.
So yeah, so I do songs in Tamil. That's one way for me to learn Tamil. For me to learn Tamil, I make songs in Tamil. So I converse with other people. I'll ask them what does it mean, translate and everything. So that's one step of me taking to learn Tamil. It's not say I'm completely like ignoring the whole thing. I still go Tamil movies. I still listen to Tamil songs.
But I know you watch the subtitles, isn't it?
Of course I watch subtitles. Yeah, that's how I learn. I'll see and I see that's how I understood Tamil eventually. So like how do you feel your proficiency in mother tongue or secondary language?
Like I feel I'm more Malaysian than a Tamil speaking person. If anybody asks me, I said, yeah, I talk English. I know Tamil also. I can read and write Tamil. Read a little bit, but that is another story.
Okay, do you feel less connected to your roots or less proud of your heritage when you find it challenging to communicate in your native language?
No, I don't think so. But it'd be great if I can talk Tamil very fluently.
But you can talk, right?
But I can talk. But for me, it gets me by. I'm okay with it.
Like for me, I actually do feel less connected to my... Like I feel left out, like a group of friends when they are talking Tamil. Okay, I understand and all, but
you can't.
I can't like talk to
respond.
That. Yeah, can't respond to that. I'll respond in English.
You can use Google Translate anymore.
Yeah, Google Translate, and then there'll be like a lot of like inside jokes that requires. It'll be in my head, but I cannot I cannot tell it out because I feel that way I'm less connected. I feel when it comes to that. That's when I'm in a group of people that speaks my native
Yeah, I know.
language.
Some of them are very fluent and all that.
Yeah. So additionally, have you experienced any moment where language acted as either a barrier or a bridge in your personal or professional life?
No, not really. But sometimes in school, everyone was talking English. But I was very good in Bahasa. Bahasa Malaysia. There, earlier on, they were called Bahasa Malaysia. I was very good. Like in Form 6, I used to do sejarah and until the teacher complimented me on how I write my essay. But I don't know where it all went. Because I didn't have friends to continuously talk with me. Like when Form 6, I had a lot of Malay friends. Malay friends, we used to talk, go to their houses, talk about, but they also would be talking in English, mind you. Most of them were talking in English. I lost touch with all of them.
I lost all of them. What happened to them now?
I don't know where they are.
Has anyone shamed you for not having enough strong pillar for your cultural identity?
And not really. But sometimes when you don't where you put to and all that, they'll be wondering why you don't know. But I am what I am. I do what I like.
Like I say, for me, it's always in the university days. Always the Indian Cultural Society will come and ask, like, why can't you speak? Why can't you that? Why can't you do this? Then I always tell, I'm pretty much more Indian than you are, because I know all of this stuff. This. They always come and shame me, but then I don't say it out loud because sometimes it's okay to take the L, to lose, right? To give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll just say, yeah, you're
right.
You're right. I'm just doing my own stuff. Just let me be. So I just give them the opportunity just like that. So because I come from a place where it's 90% Chinese, and ironically, all my Chinese friends also can't speak their mother tongue. All of us converse in English. So some of my Chinese friends, most of my Chinese friends speaks English. My Indian friends speaks English. So when we were coming out of that society, that community was a bit hard. Like even my friends, my close friends that are Chinese, they coming out when they try to order food, and all the aunties will look at them like, oh, you cannot speak Hokkien, you can't speak Cantonese.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so all of us, we all had the same problem when we were coming out to the real world also. But eventually, we actually learned a bit. Like I learned to order in Tamil. That's the most I can talk in Tamil. I can order stuff in Tamil. Same like my Chinese friends, so they can order in Cantonese, they can order.
Yeah.
Eventually, we adapted because we saw the need to adapt. Because we felt like a lot of people were like, hey, okay, at some point we were like, okay, we can ignore this. How long can you ignore this for? So eventually we learned a bit. We took the effort and learned a bit and all. So like growing up in your rich tapestry of Malaysia multicultural society undoubtedly presents unique opportunity and challenges. Let's delve into some aspects of the experience. How has this multicultural settings influenced your perspective or diversity, equality, and inclusion?
I think Malaysia is one of the best countries to live in. For me, it is because we have so many, we have the Malays, we have the Chinese, we have the Indians, we have the Eurasians, we have Portuguese, we have Kadazans, people from Sabah, Sarawak, and it's like a melting pot. We have I think no other country in the world has this. And we have been living together all this while, happily. Like I grew up like that. Like all my friends in school, we used to eat together. We had no restriction on food. We bring a food, we share the food.
Yeah.
I go and visit my Malay friends. We'll go to their house, have drinks. They'll come to my house.
Yeah. I remember doing actually same thing in recess time. Me and my group of friends, we all come, all bring food and all. Just come to recess time. Then we switch food. We'll give each other's all food. I'll take one piece. So eventually we'll be taking there's a lot of different diversity of food. There's Malay food, there's Chinese food, there's Indian food, there's everything around, and we were just sharing apart. We didn't realize what we were doing. Our importance was food, but then when we grew up, we realized this is actually the cultural diversity of Malaysia.
Yeah.
It started from food first.
The food and we had a very good time. We shared. We had no restriction on all that.
So, looking back, how have you observed shift in societal attitude, cultural norm, and maybe a subtle prejudice from your formative year to the present?
like now, there's a lot of restrictions. Even like some of my Muslim friends will tell, hey, I can't come lah. We have to see whether the food is okay or not. I say, we are going to vegetarian restaurant.
Yeah.
I'll tell. Because we go vegetarian restaurant. No, I have to see lah. Then later one of my friends said, hey, we can't come and eat lah, like this. And even like even in school, even when you're in school, recently, not when I was teaching, some of them won't eat our food. So sometimes it feels disheartening. Hey, why we cooked it in school? We're not bringing it from home. Why are they not eating it? And then they say we can't eat that because they'll give their side of the story. But I didn't mind eating their food. When they give us their food, I don't mind. I eat. I will eat. My friends all will eat. I said, they will say, no, we don't eat their food. I said, no, we don't think like that. We eat their food. Because like Hari Raya, we'll have their food. Chinese New Year, the Chinese will. So normally, and then in the end, they ended up catering. So everyone will eat.
Yeah.
So like the segregation is there.
Okay, so like were there any specific turning points or landmark experience that act as a milestone of your understanding of multiculturalism?
Stop. Can we see which question was that? Is that number 6?
D.
See?
C.
I didn't talk about this.
C.
Ask me this one again.
First one.
I want to talk about the cook.
The first one? Okay. How has multicultural settings influenced your perspective on diversity, equality and inclusion?
Like even in the estate, like we used to have food during Hari Raya, the Malay people will bring food. I used to look forward especially to the pulut, the pink color pulut. They'll bring and then we will, the kutupat and all that, because only during Hari Raya, during that time, only they will make their food. And during Chinese New Year, they used to bring the Chinese cookies and all that. And Deepavali time, everyone will come and eat in our house, the Malays, the Chinese. It was like no restriction on anyone. And then we used to have in the estate a Malay person from the estate called Don used to cook the best egg curry and the chicken curry. He used to come to the estate, from the estate, he'll come to our house and cook the egg curry. And then later when we left the estate, when we used to have, my father will have a party during the Deepavali, we'll call Don. Don will come and he'll cook chicken for us. The chicken, roasted chicken, fried chicken, all he'll come to our house and cook. Oh, it was like I had no restriction. It's a Malay person cooking. I had no restriction. I enjoy the food because he's good. He was really a good cook. And then Chinese, the first steamboat we had was in the estate. Chinese steamboat is basically Chinese.
Yeah.
So there's a carpenter called Kong. Used to bring the steamboat. He'll set up on the table, and we'll put the first time tasted steamboat as then. We'll put all the fish ball, whatever vegetables inside, we'll eat. And then he showed us how to do it. Then he'll bring roasted duck, stuffed roasted duck. We'll eat there. That's the first time it's Chinese food and we've never tasted duck and all that. That's the only thing is my mother won't eat all that. But we enjoyed the food. Like she never told us like, oh, you can't eat this and this, that. But we had like a multiracial kind of food. Like we enjoyed all kinds of food. There's no restriction. We cannot eat this, cannot eat that. We eat and we enjoyed it.
Okay, so on the flip side, can you recall any experience that has deepened your sense of being a truly Malaysian?
I feel I'm truly Malaysian.
How you feel truly Malaysian?
The food I eat and we enjoy all the festivals. Like I'm sure you remember any festivals we did together.
I remember like in like Lantern Festival, like my community was filled with all mostly majority Chinese. So I remember like during Chinese New Year or Lantern Festival, the whole place will be like filled with lanterns.
Yeah, and
they build lanterns.
we used to go out and buy the lanterns.
So, like,
and all of us used to have like a good time, like choosing who wants this, who wants that.
Yeah, so back then I didn't know it was a Chinese thing. So it back then I thought it was everyone did it because it was something that they do. So we used to take lantern, go to the playground. We used to light up the lantern, just go around.
Yeah, all of us used to go and enjoy the lantern festival.
Yeah, mooncake, and then like Chinese New Year they have like big lion dance and all.
Oh, the Chinese New Year during lion dance was the high point in everybody's life. In Taman Desa, like practically the three of you used to like do the lion dance at home.
Yeah.
We used to. I still remember bought this small lion head, and we left the drums beating, and everyone used to play. And Hari Raya we used to enjoy. Remember where you used to go?
Where you used to go?
Mr. Alim's house.
Yeah.
He used to stay. They had a shop downstairs, remember? So Hari Raya they will call us, or we'll be there. We'll have lunch with them. What do you remember the food there?
So I remember a lot of mee rebus.
Mee rebus was the shop downstairs.
Yeah.
But in their house.
In the house I don't remember.
Their house, they used to have a biryani. Chicken biryani, mutton biryani. We used to enjoy the food and the red syrup.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we had like, but Chinese, look, and then what you call Chinese New Year, did we go anywhere?
Chinese Year, practically Chinese Year was just celebrated in the whole community there. So every time there'll be just random people calling and all.
Like your friends, you used to go and visit with your friends and all that.
Ironically, Indian celebration Deepavali was the most least. Was the most least. It's always the Hari Raya and Chinese New Year. The most we used to go out. Deepavali and Thaipusam was the most least. Deepavali and Thaipusam we used to stay at home. I don't know why. We used to stay at home. We used to only go out during Hari Raya and Chinese New Year.
And at Christmas we used to go to all friends' houses. Visit. We had many friends during Christmas. But we used to visit like lunch. We'll like make a list whose house shall we go, where shall we go for breakfast, and then it'll be lunch and then dinner.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I gave you all that what do you call you all had the what word shall I use?
What?
You're lucky. You enjoyed all the festivals. And you enjoyed that. I didn't put any restriction on any of you not to go or eat anything. You're allowed to eat.
Yeah.
Enjoy the food. Enjoy your friends.
Yeah.
So, then especially the Lantern Festival was a high point in every, because it's the candle, the lights. We used to go to the playground, carry and go until somebody's lantern gets burnt.
Yeah. That and Hungry Ghost Festival and all.
Oh yes, Hungry Ghost Festival was another one. Yeah, it's together with the Lantern Festival. So it was like, and the mooncake, we used to go to Taika and buy the mooncake. Remember the four and we used to cut and eat. Oh, it was the high point there.
So before we end this stuff, let's go like a bit of a short and fun kind of questions.
Can I ask you that?
Yeah. Okay, you can ask. Like I'll ask you, then I'll ask we answer together. So what would you eat in school or rehat recess? What would you eat when you come back?
Oh, recess time.
Recess time, what would you eat?
In convent school, we used to run to go to the canteen because they'll serve mee soup. Mee soup. That was, I think, I found out it was only 10 cents a plate.
10 cents?
10 cents then.
10 cents a bowl?
A bowl, small. It was not in a bowl, like a plate type, small enamel bowl. And then we used to rush. We go late, there won't be anything there. Everyone would take, and sometimes your teachers will keep you in class. So by the time we run there, nothing there, so we don't eat. But most of the time we bring food. But if I would like to eat, means it's the mee soup.
So your problem was you had to run early, right? So I had the same problem in school. I had the same problem. So I found a solution to that. We be either prefects or librarian. So we prefect librarian, you get to go recess early.
Oh, okay.
So
you can eat early.
We go about like 15 minutes early. We go rush the canteen. We'll eat there early. So last time what I used to eat before I became vegetarian, I used to eat nasi lemak. Last time nasi lemak was damn nice. I will finish damn fast. Nasi lemak and burger. They used to
Oh,
have burger.
you still like burger?
Yeah, burger and what's Benjo? I think it was Benjo.
Egg benjo.
Egg Benjo. That was my favorite time. If you had to pick one school lunch meat for your rest of life, what would it be?
mee soup.
Mee soup. Okay, mine is still nasi lemak lah. Mine is still nasi lemak.
Because I think I never got enough of the mee soup.
Mm.
I never got enough of the mee soup because we never got the mee soup.
Yeah.
Very, very few times we got the mee soup.
So like, when you were in school, what would you typically choose to spend your lunch break and with? And why did you choose those individuals? Like, who do you choose to spend your lunch break with?
Like mostly my friends. And in convent school, there's only one swing. So we have to go very fast, eat very fast, and either you don't eat or you sit on the swing. So normally whoever doesn't eat will go and sit on the swing. So mostly with friends, all my good friends, my Jacinda, Pramjit, and I can't remember some of their names, but most of them we were together with my friends.
Did your lunchtime companion change over the years?
I think
Do you still hang out with your friends, the lunchtime people?
yeah. I still keep in touch with many of them. I still keep in touch. We find out like we lost touch, but after some time we got back again. I still call them up. We talk to them. I just found out that the other day my friends called and said somebody passed away. And we found out that one of my friends, and a few days back, somebody my age also passed away. I said, hey, you don't remember her? I said, I can't really remember, but she said, she's in Kulim. Like, some of them are still in Kulim. Said the person has passed away.
Okay. So how did your lunchtime experience influence your understanding of friendship?
Like,
The stuff you always do
when we
together.
eat together, we talk together. So for me, that was it. Like we enjoy whatever we are talking, we enjoy. We enjoy our friendship then. That's why I learned a lot of things, I think. And also we tasted all the different kind of food. Their food we share, they share the food, and we share our food. Like my mother cooks differently, their mother cooks differently. So we enjoyed all of that.
Okay, so final question. If you can travel back in time to a specific grade for one day, where would you go and what would you do differently? Okay, I'll answer this first and then you go answer this. Like, I would go to my honeymoon here from 4 because we literally we took honeymoon to a serious note. We literally didn't do anything. I swear to God, in the whole 1 year, we didn't study. We did not study a single thing. My friends did. We just played and played and played. And the same group of friends that I was playing and playing and playing, we are still friends until now. We still do the same thing whenever we come together. We don't talk. Usually, I know a lot of group dynamics. They'll talk about work. But whenever we come together, we forget about the outside world for a while. I feel that is something I value a lot with my group of friends because sometimes we just want to escape reality for a while. And we want to come back to the same mental, like we just want to forget everything. We just have fun for a while and then go back. We just want to have a short vacay in our head. So that is something I value a lot with my group of friends. So in your time?
For me, I think I'll go back and find out why I never learned mathematics real well. I
the
really...
total opposite. Like, I didn't want to study, you wanted to study.
Until now, I regret why I was not that good at maths. That's why I always made sure that all three of you were good in mathematics. Like I taught you, like before you went to school, I taught you maths in you were good in maths. I made sure you all are good in maths because I was not. I wanted to find out why I was not good. I mean, I know maths. Why? I want to know why I was not mathematically inclined. Maybe I could have done better in some way. But I'm not, I don't regret anything now. Like I'm learning now. Like now with the new technology, everything is on your hands.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you just check. You ask Google, Google tells you.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to have learnt that earlier in that part of time. Like I regret why the teachers never push you on to find out why you're not learning, why you don't understand fractions and all that. Like they just write on the board, but they don't teach you, guide you in a sense. Okay, why this person is weak in this? that one I feel that all teachers should do that. Find out why a child is lacking in that. Can we help to improve in that way? Like for me, when I was teaching here, I'll make sure a child is good in maths. Most of the children in my class were very, very good. I made sure when they left kindergarten, when they go to standard 1, there's no question of them being lacking in maths. Addition, subtraction, carrying up, bit of multiplication, time, the clock, everything they know when they're in my class.
Okay.
So I made sure of that. So I didn't know why nobody made sure that I learned during that time.
Yeah. Okay, I think with that note, I think we'll end this week's episode. I think we have covered a lot of topic when it came to education, multiculturalism, and the things we were involved about, the things we were doing when we were young. I think this is the best time to take. We took a throwback season to us, so we'll end the episode with that. With that, stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you.